In the days leading up to her disappearance, 18-year-old Ebby Steppach revealed disturbing information to her family. She confided that she had attended a party where she was allegedly gang-raped by 4 young men, some of whom were known to her socially. The most chilling part of her claim was that the assault had been recorded on video using a phone, which meant there was potentially solid evidence. Ebby was deeply shaken and furious about what happened. She texted and called several people, warning them that she was going to report the rape to the police and would not stay silent. She even attempted to contact Little Rock police, though those calls were not handled thoroughly at the time, and no formal police report was ever officially logged. Her mother, Lori Jernigan, later confirmed that Ebby had told her about the incident and had even tried to confront the alleged attackers herself. Some of her texts and messages from that time show she was intent on exposing those involved and seeking justice. Unfortunately, just days after making these allegations and stating her intent to go to the police, Ebby disappeared under mysterious circumstances. The timeline, where she accuses men of rape, threatens to report them, and vanishes soon after, has led many to believe the assault may be directly connected to her death. Despite these serious allegations and potential digital evidence, the police reportedly did not act with urgency, contributing to major criticism of their early handling of the case. Whether those alleged attackers were ever thoroughly investigated remains a central unanswered question in the ongoing homicide inquiry. On the afternoon of October 25, 2015, Ebby Steppach made what would be her last known communication, a phone call to her older brother, Trevor. The call was deeply unsettling. She sounded confused, paranoid, and disoriented, which immediately alarmed her family. During the call, Ebby told Trevor that she was parked outside his house, but when he checked, she wasn't there. She then abruptly said she was lost and couldn't tell where she was. Trevor pressed for more information, but she gave few coherent answers. The most chilling part of the call came in her final words: "I'm fucked up." Whether she meant this physically, emotionally, or due to intoxication remains unknown. Her family and investigators have debated if she was under the influence, in a state of fear or trauma, or perhaps being coerced or watched. After that phone call, all communication from Ebby stopped. She never returned home, never contacted friends or family again, and disappeared completely. Her phone activity ceased, and she went dark on social media, an unusual and worrying behavior for a teen who was otherwise active online. Her family immediately grew concerned and tried to track her down, knowing she was not in a stable mental or emotional state. The fact that she had recently accused others of sexual assault and was receiving pressure or possible threats only deepened their fears. This final phone call became the critical starting point in the investigation. It marked the moment when Ebby was last known to be alive and likely in danger. To this day, her words remain haunting for her loved ones and central to theories about what may have happened next. On October 27, 2015, just 2 days after Ebby Steppach's final phone call, a major clue surfaced. Her Volkswagen Passat was found abandoned in Chalamont Park, a wooded and fairly secluded area in West Little Rock, Arkansas. The car was discovered in the parking lot of the park, and several troubling details raised immediate red flags. The key was still in the ignition. The battery was dead. The gas tank was empty. Her personal belongings were missing, or at least not visibly left behind in a suspicious way. Most disturbing, there was no trace of Ebby anywhere near the vehicle. From a forensic standpoint, the condition of the car suggested that someone may have deliberately left it there, possibly to stage a disappearance or to dispose of evidence. Despite its location in a public park, no witnesses reported seeing who left the vehicle. Police towed the car for processing, but no definitive clues such as fingerprints, signs of struggle, or DNA were publicly confirmed to have been recovered at the time. The location where her car was found has since been viewed as highly suspicious. It was not far from where her remains would eventually be found, in a drainage pipe in the same park, nearly 3 years later. The park had a dense, wooded terrain, ideal for hiding someone or something. Surveillance cameras were reportedly not active or did not provide usable footage. Despite the ominous clues, authorities at first treated the case as a possible runaway, delaying what might have been more urgent search efforts. Ebby's family was frustrated that, even with such a suspicious scene, her disappearance wasn't treated as a potential abduction or homicide from the start. The discovery of her car marked the first physical evidence in her case. Yet the failure to act aggressively or lock down the area for a proper forensic search would become a controversial point of criticism in the years that followed. For nearly 3 years, Ebby Steppach's family searched for answers. During that time, Chalamont Park, the same location where her car had been abandoned, was searched multiple times by police, volunteers, and cadaver dogs. Still, no sign of Ebby was found. Then, in a shocking development on May 22, 2018, Little Rock police returned to Chalamont Park for a renewed search. This time, they brought in specialized equipment, including a robotic camera capable of exploring narrow spaces underground. During the search, the robot was deployed into an old and used drainage pipe near the area where Ebby's car had been found in 2015. Inside the pipe, just 60 feet from where her vehicle was originally parked, they discovered skeletal human remains. Further investigation and forensic analysis confirmed what her family had long feared. The remains belonged to Ebby Jane Steppach. Her remains were recovered from the pipe after manual excavation. Some of her clothing was also found, but because so much time had passed, much of the physical evidence had degraded significantly, making it difficult to determine exactly how she died. The location of the remains shocked both the public and Ebby's family. That pipe had been in the search area all along, yet had not been thoroughly checked during earlier investigations. This raised serious questions. Why wasn't the pipe searched more carefully in 2015 or 2016? Did police overlook critical clues due to poor procedures or a false assumption she had run away? Was her body placed there later, after early searches, or was it there the whole time? The case was officially reclassified as a homicide, though the exact cause of death has never been publicly disclosed due to the state of decomposition. The lack of clarity around her final moments continues to haunt the investigation. Her family believes that Ebby was murdered and concealed intentionally, and they remain critical of the police's delayed and inconsistent efforts during the early days of the case. The discovery of her body, while providing long-sought closure, also sparked outrage and renewed calls for justice. As of today, nearly a decade since Ebby Steppach's disappearance and murder, no one has been arrested or charged, and her case remains unsolved. Despite the discovery of her remains and significant public attention, the investigation has been plagued by unanswered questions, missing evidence, and frustration from her family, magnifying glass tilted left lack of accountability. From the beginning, Ebby's family believed her case was not taken seriously enough. After reporting to her family that she had been gang-raped by 4 men, Ebby attempted to report it to police. However, no formal police report was ever filed, and her call to law enforcement was allegedly mishandled or ignored. This critical oversight is one of the reasons the family and many in the true crime community believe she was left vulnerable and possibly silenced. Crossmark missed opportunities. Her car was found just feet away from where her body was eventually discovered, but the drainage pipe wasn't thoroughly searched until nearly 3 years later. In the immediate aftermath of her disappearance, authorities reportedly treated the situation as a teen runaway case, not a potential kidnapping or homicide, leading to slow and inadequate search efforts. Potential suspects, including the individuals Ebby accused of assault, were not aggressively pursued, or if they were, the findings have never been made public. These missed opportunities have severely limited what investigators can do now. Time degraded physical evidence, and with no surveillance footage, no confession, and no eyewitnesses, leads are increasingly scarce. Balance scale, continued investigation? The Little Rock Police Department has stated that the case is still open and active. Detectives claim to be following up on tips, analyzing digital evidence, and seeking new information. However, there have been no public developments, no new persons of interest named, and no arrests. Many people, including legal experts and internet sleuths, believe there is a strong possibility that Ebby was murdered to silence her, especially if she had possession of or knew about a video recording of the alleged rape. Yet no such video has ever surfaced, and if it once existed, It may now be lost forever. Man, woman, girl, boy, families fight for justice. Ebby's mother, Lori Jernigan, has become an outspoken advocate for justice. She's appeared on national programs like Dr. Phil and has organized vigils, awareness campaigns, and fundraisers to keep Ebby's story alive. She has also been openly critical of how local authorities manage the investigation, calling for outside intervention and accountability. Key unanswered questions. Who were the men Ebby accused of raping her? Was she murdered because of what she knew or planned to do? Was her body in the pipe the entire time, or was it placed there later? Why wasn't more urgency given to her disappearance from the start? Until those questions are answered and a suspect is held accountable, Ebby's case remains one of the most haunting, unsolved murder mysteries in Arkansas.